Hi, Xanthia. This is Allison. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you doing this evening?
I am good. We are actually here with Clickonbeauty TV, and we are actually wanting to do a quick interview with you. We're actually really curious about your transition from relaxed to natural. What made you decide to transition?
When I first moved to Atlanta, I decided to. I've always had short hair. When I first got my perm when I was 16, I cut it right off. I had short hair, and then when I was graduating from college, I decided to grow it out. And it was doing fine when I was in Greensboro because I had one person I went to and everything. So when I moved to Atlanta, I did a lot of chair hopping, trying to find a reasonable salon and someone who did hair well. And I've never done my own perms. I always do my own hair, but not my own perms. I don't really know what type of perm my hair needs. I just go to the lady, she just did it. So after a while, I went to this one salon about a year after I moved down to Atlanta, and I noticed that my hair was real thin. Like at the last layer on the bottom, it was real thin. You could see right through it. And my layers weren't cut right. And the lady just went through my hair. She told me my hair was thinning out because it was falling out because I actually had chemical burns. And she could see, like, chemical burns on my head, even though I had gotten a perm, like, 3 or 4 weeks prior to me sitting in her chair.
Wow.
Trying to figure out, why do I have, I'm used to getting, the burns. Everybody gets, you scab up and everything. But I never had, like, chemical burns. And my grandmother actually got a bad perm one day, back, in her past, and it burned all her hair out completely.
Wow.
So at that time, I didn't decide to go natural. I said I was going to, just wait, put some braids in my hair, and just see if I could, sit around the water cooler and find a good stylist or whatever. And then next thing you know, it was March. March went to July. July went to October, and I still don't have a perm.
So you just was like, if the relaxers are not going to work, I guess going all natural is probably the best bet for me, huh?
Probably best, yeah. And I just figured, more so if I don't like the natural, at least I've got out a new natural head of hair.
Right, to start new, for a new relaxer. Yes, gotcha. So, Xanthia, what kind of products do you use in order to keep the transition looking good?
When I had braids, I usually just use Do Grow, and I use Miss Carol's daughter
Okay.
oils. That was like a little spray mixture of oils. And when my hair, I've been cutting my hair off, I've been using everything that I could. I've become a real product junkie overnight. But I have a couple of Miss Jessie's products. I have, let me get up the speakers. I don't even really know. I have Miss Jessie's products. I have some kinky, curly stuff, the popular stuff that people use. I also have this stuff I just bought called Be Mine. And I have Jane Carter, Cream of Nature, and olive oil.
Yeah, I was going to say, all those sound really good. You know of any other products that might really actually work on your hair? Give it the kind of texture or the kind of look you've been looking for with this new natural look?
Yeah, I'm not too sure about my hair texture yet because I noticed when I use different products, it'll look totally different.
Uh-huh.
I noticed with the Be Mine products just this weekend that you can see my curl pattern a lot better when I use their conditioner and things like that.
Okay.
But I've heard from, going online, doing a lot of research, that a lot of the IC products, as far as just for washing goes, and you can put the gel in your hair and just make your curl pattern, show and just leave the house, a lot of the IC products work. I've heard a lot of people talk about, as far as just using natural products, not even going and buying a product, but using shea butter and coconut oil and vegetable, I don't know if it's vegetable hormones or vegetable something that you can mix with water, and they just kind of mix it up and make their own concoctions and put it in their hair.
Wow, okay. Okay, so it's a lot of different products you're using in order to get, possibly the look you want. And let me ask, what are some tips? What are some other tips? How do you go about searching those products for people with, let's say, naturally curly hair or naturally coarse hair? Let's go with just those two. What are some tips for those individuals?
I think the best thing is to either Google exactly what you want or what you have an idea that you want, once you see your hair, or even before, just Google, what you want. First thing you need to do is figure out what your hair type is, because they have a lot of websites about hair types.
Okay.
Once you can classify your hair type, I think it's best to search by that hair type and search what you want. Do you want a really defined curl pattern? Do you want, of course you want your hair to be very moisturized. You want to search for things that'll give you exactly what you want. And then after you kind of decide, the look you're going for, the styles you're going for, it's very important to search hair products, like what's added ingredients to hair products. Because there are a lot of hair products, a lot of ingredients in hair products that we just don't need to use. Like I know in a lot of shampoos, I can't pronounce the name of the ingredient, but it's the same ingredient that's in dishwashing detergent.
Wow, okay.
And there's no reason, to put that in your hair, but it'll be like, the famous or the popular commercials that you see everybody in, but it's dish detergent. If you're washing hair with dish detergent. And you would never know these things, and they end up drying your hair, stripping your hair. And I found a couple of websites that's simply, dedicated to ingredients. You can search the ingredient, and it'll even say good, bad, why it's good, things like that.
What's the name of that website?
I can forward that to,
Okay.
Victoria, because I have it saved in my favorites, but I have like thousands of favorites.
Okay, that'd be good. Thank you. We do understand that chocolatecandybox.blogspot.com is one of your, this is your blogging site that you're actually using in order to inform others that are looking to go natural about some ways in which you're doing it, just your everyday run-of-the-mill shopping or just product finding or anything like that. You put on your blog spot, on your blog, to inform others that are looking to go natural about some ways in which you're doing it, just your everyday run-of-the-mill shopping or just product finding or anything like that. You put on your blog spot, on your blogging site, and it's really great. What are some other future goals you might have for your blog site?
I noticed that I've tried to, I went to the doctor the other day, and I didn't, they told me that my cholesterol was kind of high because I eat a lot of fast food because I travel a lot, and I started doing a lot of food research too now.
Okay.
So I'm going to start putting a lot of stuff about food and vitamins, and which actually ties into your hair because, your hair reflects how you take care of your body. I don't drink a lot of water either. Things like that. So I'll probably just start talking about basically everything that I'm doing and I'm trying to see. And it's funny because people always say that when you, do a transition with your hair, your whole life changed. And I never thought that to be true. I don't know how, tied together they were, but you start getting more natural, and I want everything to be more natural, food to be more natural and things like that. Just kind of put it on the blog so people can see. It's not about being a vegetarian or being a vegan, but just, doing things in moderation and just trying to figure out what's better to do more and what's better to do less. So.
Right. Great advice. Great advice. So what kind of tips do you have for people that are out there just now starting their own blogging sites that may be looking to blog about whatever else, they would like to blog about? What kind of tips do you have for them?
I just say figure out what you actually want to blog about. Don't just blog because everybody was blogging. Because I had a friend that taught me in the blog, and I might have blogged like I don't know how often, because I had nothing to talk about, had nothing to say. It was like a waste of internet. But as soon as I, wanted to talk to people about what was going on with my hair, and I found myself on the internet, wanting to post more, want to do more research, and then want to share it with people. Because what I would do was post it online, then I would tweet it to all of my friends so that they can read it, wanting to share the information. Because blogging isn't just about wanting to be heard or people wanting to listen to you. It's about actually wanting to give somebody a message or give someone information. So if you don't have anything that you actually want to say, then, you don't have a voice, and so it can't be heard.
That's great advice. I really do appreciate this interview, Zan. That concludes all the questions we have for you.
Well, thank you very much. And it's so funny because everybody, by the time, it never takes people more than 5 minutes to call me Zan.
Oh, really? Yeah, exactly.
People will not know me.
Xanthia is your name.
I'ma be